Taking another look at this game by the numbers. 13, there's your lucky number, and it's the going rate in Green Bay these days as they rattle off their 13th win once again, looking for more in Week 18, led by none other than number 12. There's another number for you, 29-38, 288, and 2 touchdowns, and also at the podium.
Aaron, there was so much excitement last season about getting that top seed in the NFC, the home field. You've been saying for years how important it was to get an NFC championship game at your home stadium. How does this feel differently, having done it for a second year in a row? Does it feel different this year?
First of all, if everybody could mute, that would help. I don't know how different. I mean, every team is different. I think last year, we didn't get that good Green Bay weather. Tonight was one of those nights. We haven't had a game like this in a while, temperature-wise, but it's just different. It is different. The whole feel of it, I feel like, teams can break a little bit easier when it is this cold because there's an excuse, the weather. And we're out there, we're cold as well. But when you're rolling on offense, you kind of get that extra little jolt because the defense is on their heels a little bit, and also they're probably a little bit more cold than you are. So we're happy with the 1 seed. A lot of us were checking out the game before the Cardinal-Cowboy game before we went out to pregame warm-up. So saw Kyler run around the edge and ice it, and knew we just had to get a win, and we'd be the 1 seed.
Matt Schneidman.
Aaron, I don't know if these are 2 different answers here, but do you want to play next week, and do you think you need to play next week?
I don't think I need to play. Just like I don't think I need to practice all the time, but I do enjoy practicing. And this is the first game that my toe got through the game without any issues. No pregame painkiller shot. So I'm feeling good. I mean, I'm happy about it. There was definitely a time a few weeks ago when start to project out and think if we can get the 1 seed, that could be 2+ weeks of rest. But I'm going to play next week, and I expect Devontae to play and our guys to play. So we're looking forward to finish off the season on a high note and then getting the bye.
Bill Huber.
Hey, Aaron. You guys won 13 games in 19. Maybe you guys are just growing at that point. Last year, you guys are dominant. Where's this team better / different than those previous teams as far as making a run here?
Yeah, every year is definitely different. I think we have really good balance in the backfield. Both backs going over 1,000, I heard, in yardage on the season is pretty amazing. Those guys have both had really nice seasons for us. The Lions had a lot of turmoil with injuries, but I think they've settled in. They played great tonight. I mean, no sacks, and we ran the ball really, really well and threw it all over the place. So the line was definitely is coming together, and Dennis has played really well, and Royce has gotten better as the season went on, and Lucas has settled in and been really a rock for us in the middle, and Johnny's been great at left guard, and Yash, the robot, has been really solid watching my backside. So those guys have played really well. This team, I think, has dealt with more adversity than the previous 2. We were really dominant, I felt like, at times on defense in 19 and offensively kind of finding our way throughout the season. Last year, we, obviously played a lot better on offense. This year, it's been the same recipe. We've taken care of the football really well. I think we've had 10 turnovers in 16 games, which is outstanding. We found the balance in our defense. We've been opportunistic. We've had, I believe, 26 takeaways on the season. And, special teams has been improving, thankfully, the last few weeks, which is a good sign. Mason was awesome today making his kicks. And I met David on the sidelines. He had a nice return for us, which got us, the 20+ yards and a 15-yarder on the end. So that was good. So we got to play complementary football all the way around. But I like the vibe of this team. We've had a lot of key players not play for us. And I really feel like there's a possibility to get a few of those guys back for this stretch run. And that's exciting. We'll see in this week and where those guys are at, but it'd be fun to get those guys back. Obviously, Randall's going to be back. Whether or not he plays this week, it's kind of up to him and the medical staff. But you think about Z and Jair and David and Josh. That could make things really interesting for us on both sides of the ball.
Rob Domofsky. Rob, are you there?
You got me?
Yes.
Gotcha.
Thanks. Going back to that first week in New Orleans, you said, hey, it's just one game. We've got 16 more. You only ended up needing 15 more to get the 1 seed. At what point, though, did you feel like you guys had really sort of gotten going, in the course of this season?
Well, week 2, we bounced back for sure and played well. Now, we play against a team that's only had 2 wins on the season, so that could be, as much of an anomaly as the first week possibly. But I felt like midseason we started really hitting our stride and finding ways to defeat cover 2. What Devontae's done is changed the whole complex of our offense and the way teams play us. I think Matt's done a nice job and the staff of adding complexity to our formations and also finding those concepts that work against too high, because we've seen a lot of it. And at times we weren't able to run the ball effectively. We've done a good job of throwing it against those looks. So really appreciate the work of the staff. And I really feel like mid-season, we started getting going. Obviously I played significantly better in the last 5 or 6 than I did early in the season. And I think a lot of that's due to just an increased focus on the specific concepts that we like week to week. And Matt's been doing a great job of dialing them up. And I've kind of been in a little bit of a zone, the last few weeks.
Wes Hodkowitz.
Aaron, I think NFL Next Gen had a stat about that touchdown you had to Allen being among the tightest windows you've had all season. One, what did you see on that play? And just in general, how have you seen him come on here, over the past month?
Yeah, I really feel like since maybe the Rams game, he's played a number of really good games, made contested catches and big plays down the field. He does all the dirty work. So to get him the ball is awesome, because he's a very unselfish guy. He can go in there, stick his head in there and block on the edge as well for some of our run solution stuff. But he's been, making plays down the field, which is great. There was actually an adjustment that Matt suggested as he called the play in. And I kind of asked him in the huddle, and he gave me the affirmative that he wanted to run a double move. Barr walked to the edge, and I wasn't sure if he was going to blitz or not. But we had him picked up, and AJ did a nice job of picking him up on the play. I pumped left to give Devontae and the double move a chance, and moved the safety slightly, and knew I had one-on-one coverage in the backside, and was about to get pocket was kind of collapsing. So I just kind of threw up a opportunity ball for Allen, and that's to his credit. And really going back to maybe the play against Chicago on the 3rd and long, where he went up against a couple guys and made a catch. He's been making those contested catches. And the more you do that, the more opportunities you get. It's a la James Jones back in the day when James was a young player, and you started seeing him making these contested catches to give you that confidence to go back to him over and over when it's one of those 50-50 balls. And then when he's been coming down with a lot more of those than not.
Steve McGargy.
Just wondering, in general, at home field doesn't seem to matter as much in the NFL as it has in the past. When you look at the home records, yet y'all are undefeated at home this regular season. What is it about y'all this year, or maybe this building, that's enabled y'all to play as well at home as you have this year?
Well, the crowd, compared to last year, having a crowd definitely makes a difference. And, last year in the playoffs, we obviously had pared down crowds because of protocols. So it's nice to have a full crowd. It's nice to have a Green Bay weather game finally, with the temperature at 10 to start, and I'm sure it crept down a little bit lower than that. It felt like it was definitely single digits, and wind chill probably hovering a little lower than that. So yeah, it's a different ball game when it's cold at home, and we've handled the cold pretty well over the years. So that's what we're hoping for in the playoffs.
To sum it up, good and getting better. At 13-3, the Packers lock up the 1 seed on Sunday night. The Rams, meanwhile, they can clinch the NFC West with a win or a Cardinals loss. The Cardinals need, obviously, the Rams to lose and a win in their Week 18 matchup. San Francisco's future hangs in the balance at 9-7. They clinch a playoff berth with a win or a Saints loss. The Saints need that loss and the subsequent win. But here's what we do know. Somebody's.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.